I'm just gonna wing it. Watch me screw up a custom insert panel. Put on a liberal amount. Don't know. Smells good. Whoa, does it smell good? Tonight I picked up my insert panel from the upholstery girl. Kind of measuring it out, trying to make sure I get the insert centered on the material so I can make sure the pleats are even. So just took a Sharpie real quick and kind of just made a light line around the whole outside edge of the panel. I'm going to pull the insert off. I'm going to spray the adhesive on it. So I still have the foam insulation on this. I'm really back and forth on what I should do because this really isn't that thick. I mean, it's got a little bit of a puff to it. I'll give you a little bit of a preview here. I think this will help with insulation, like cutting down the heat. I think I'm gonna try to gain some insulation by leaving it on, and I may lose the look I'm going for, which is not trying to make it like super poofy. If that's even a word. I don't know if that's a word. Yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm gonna spray adhesive it on, and I'm gonna start working on that, and then I'm gonna get this thing set on here. I've never done anything like this, so this is kind of new to me. I'm sure there's people online that are watching that have done this before. Obviously, you know, I got to cut it all around and all that jazz. But my main question is to myself is, after I adhere it to this, how am I gonna make sure everything stays on it? Really been trying to rack my brain thinking about if I should like weld on some little nuts, like a metal strip, like over the naugahyde to hold it on. I just don't know. I don't want to really weld anything on it after everything's done. I don't want the heat to go through it or melt the foam, because it certainly would do that. I'm just gonna wing it. I'm gonna get this to where it needs to be, make all my cuts, punch some little holes, kind of start. This foam is gonna roll over the edge. I left it a little long in most places, and it should roll over the edge and soften this edge. I went around with the sander and knocked down a lot of the sharp edges. You know what? And in the future, if it wears through, it wears through. At the end of the day, it's not a show car. I don't expect it to be. Not going to Pebble Beach anytime soon. You know, if it gets a little bit of a tear on an edge, then it gets a tear. It'll fit the rest of the car. So, all right, enough talking. Time to go to work. All right, let's go get some. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. I had planned on using a spray adhesive. I think I'm just gonna go this route. Just gonna pop it off, give it a quick mix. I don't know if I should add it to the pleat, to this material. I don't know if I should add it to this material. Maybe I'll do the spray adhesive on the top. Yeah, I'm gonna spray this and this, so I have a contact with that, and then I'm gonna use this glue, I think, on the actual metal insert itself, and hope that it sticks. If it doesn't stick, I'll redo it, because that's just what you do. All right, so grab some gloves. Safety gloves. This glue wasn't spraying very good. I bought another thing of glue, but I don't know what I did with it. That's not bad. Alright, so I'm going to start spraying this down. I already mixed up the contact cement, the other stuff that I bought at the paint store. Whoa, transmission. So, like I said, I kind of scribed out the area I needed to spray. And I'm just going to do that. So again, I am not a professional. I'm barely an amateur. So maybe there's a better way to do this. I'm sure there is. Oh, you know what I should have done is marked my center line on the panel. I have it marked on the metal panel, on the actual insert, but not on the material here. It does a pretty even coat. Let's go do the panel. Oh yeah, you can see the color difference now. I guess it wouldn't hurt if I sprayed a little extra on it. But I use that to spray this to adhere the foam itself onto the metal panel, and it's definitely seemed to work pretty good. So, like I had said on another video, on the last video, it's not like this car is really going to be driven in bad weather. I mean, it may get caught in the occasional rainstorm, but it's not like the daily driver cars like they used to be in the 30s. But clearly that's just not the case anymore. These cars are just objects of people's affection, so they really take care of them, and you know, just try not to put them in situations where you have to drive them in the snow or rain, unless you really want to, I suppose. But I don't, so I don't intend on doing that. Alright, so I know typically with this adhesive stuff, you're supposed to spray it on and then let it sit for a minute, and then spray another coat on and then add the two together. So I'm running a little low here. So I was going to add this video on to the beginning of another video, but then I started thinking, what the heck, it's not going to hurt it if I just throw together a quick video, you know, leave a lot of raw footage in it, won't do a ton of editing or something like that. Even if it's 10-15 minutes long, people will still appreciate the content. It gives them something to do. Just sit home, they can watch a YouTube video. Whoa. That should be about it right there. Oh yeah. She's a sticking. She is a sticking. Now I don't know, again, what... Alright, I'm going to run and grab a little paintbrush. So I'm going to paint around the edge with the contact adhesive. All around the edge, and then do it on the insert. Alright, I'm back. This is how we're going to do this. Is it right? Don't know. I just don't know. Smells good. Whoa, does it smell good? Alright, so I think I'm gonna let that set up. Is that eating the paint? It's like goopy right there. I think maybe I should have stripped all this paint off. This is an old roof panel, and you can see the glue from back in the day. And it looks like this glue is almost like reactivating it. Well, maybe not reactivating it, it's kind of softening it up almost, it looks like. Let's see what we got to do here. Maybe I just have to go around. Yeah. Grab some cardboard. I don't know. Whoa, bubble wrap. I don't want the old glue to interfere with how the new glue does its job. It certainly softened it up. It definitely did soften up the older adhesive, which is alright. I'm glad I caught it. You know? Now I know. You live and you learn. Oh yeah, look at that. It just softened it right up to nothing. Look at it. Poopy. No. I'm gonna change my gloves. If you didn't know, I'll tell you. Harbor Freight sells the best vinyl or latex gloves. These are, I think, are 7mm. Yeah, 7. These ones are good. They last a while. The 9mm gloves will literally last you all day. You can work in the garage all day with one pair of gloves, with the 9mm gloves. They're incredible. So I would go buy those if there's a Harbor Freight near you and you need gloves. In the process of gluing this up again, I got rid of a lot of the little boogers and stuff from, I guess I could just put it right over that and get under there. Like I said, I'm kind of just trying to give it a pretty good amount. I don't know if I'm supposed to do this or not right here, but I need it to stick, so I don't think it'll go. I don't think it's gonna permeate through the vinyl, through the naugahyde, and get through into the top material. So I think we're gonna need to really make sure I coat it good to a good, I don't know what connection, I guess, or adhesion, or I guess adhesion's the word. Whoop, bubble wrap. Don't breathe it in, it's from China. You'll get the coronavirus. All right. I'll go grab my scissors or my razor blades. Start slicing and dicing over here. I'm putting enough of this stuff on where I think no matter what happens, I'm gonna get a good adhesion. Stiction. Let's call it stiction. Stiction is the word made up by a guy named Oleg I used to know, who was married to my sister. He was from Russia and taught himself how to speak English. And one of the words he used to use instead of traction was the word stiction. Yeah, one of them things you just don't forget, you know? I'm hoping I can get some really good stiction with this adhesive. Oh, bubble wrap! Ah, bubble wrap! It's not going to be bubble wrap. It's going to be plastic when I'm done with it. Alright, I think I'm nearing the end of my application process here. Alright. Get rid of this. Put you there. Alright. I feel like it's not sticking. So I guess you can just always add more. I don't know. I don't know how much. Oops, sorry. I'm talking and I'm not filming what I'm doing. So I made 2 slices in the naugahyde, in the filler, and the material. I made 2 slices in the material. Each slice is for the tab that I made for the filler panel. Now, problem that I felt like I was going to have was getting this stuff to stay down. And I really don't have a whole lot of stuff to use as ballast, especially because I'm really gonna have to cut this. I don't know. I already lost my razor blade. Alright, I guess I'll just keep going this way. I'm gonna cut it back here. Wonder if I should remove. No, I don't want to undo the stitching. I feel like the naugahyde would stick better without. This sucks. I feel like I'm traveling to a place I know nothing about. Look at this. It's clearly sticking. That's great. But I feel like I'm gonna end up in a place where I'm not gonna be able to dig myself out of. And when and the reason I say that is because I already feel like I am. Sorry guys, I get quiet when I get frustrated and trying to think about stuff. I'm kind of just winging it, trying to figure out the best way to do this as I'm going. This is kind of what I'm coming up with. I think I need to remove the stitching, to remove this pillow material stuff. whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. And not damage the naugahyde underneath. Like I said, I'm trying to remove it without really doing any damage. And I think that's gonna be what I need to do. So as you can see, I'm taking my razor blade and I'm cutting the stitching. And I didn't think this was gonna be a long video. Ha! There we go. That was a good one. I'm cutting away all the girls' hard work. So hopefully at the end of this video, I'm gonna say, so guys, if you ever want to do a pleated filler insert panel thingamabobber, that's how you do it. But that still remains to be seen. I feel like I'm gonna be able to say that, but at this point, I don't know for sure. But I'll tell you what, that stuff is sticky as all get out. There we go, that was a good one. Maybe by the time I get to this side, that side will be dry and I can remove those weights. Cut this back. Again, trying not to cut the vinyl. This blade's getting gummed up with all this glue. Alright, I'm just gonna cut that off there. That stuff's still pretty soft. It seems to be kind of disappearing the further you go in. So I may end up, I'm gonna reapply some. Alright, so now I'm gonna apply it on the naugahyde. You can't be afraid to fail. If you're always afraid to fail, you'll never accomplish anything. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know how to do this, and if I never tried, I'd never know if I could or not. It's the same as welding and anything else. I'm not a welder by trade. Never welded really before in my life until I bought hot rods. Well, until I bought my first hot rod and decided I was going to build it. Worst scissors ever. Look at these. The cutters stop there. Not all the way back. The measurements go all the way back. But that's not the cutting blade. I just don't get it. So you can't stuff it all the way in like that because it won't cut it. Just doesn't make sense. Alright, so I'm gonna clean up this mess. Okay, that looks good. I don't know, probably shouldn't have done that. So I feel like I need to do some glue underneath. Kind of like that. Sure. It's all curling up. I don't get it. Why? Look at, why is it curling like that? This is bad, people. This is bad. Look at it. It's just curling up. This is not good. Not good. If I didn't pleat it, I would have just been able to do it regular. But I had to be cool, and I had to do a pleated insert. Now look at me, Mom. I'm a big dum-dum. I feel like this isn't going to have a very happy ending. Not even close. Alright, so I'm back to cutting the threads off of these things to remove the padding. I hope it doesn't bite me in the ass. I always thought someday I'd buy a sewing machine and take a crack at the interior stuff. But at the moment, I'm currently second guessing that thought. I don't know if I have what it takes. I'm slicing the ever-loving shit out of this thing. Hopefully it's all going to be hidden above, underneath. I hope. I wish I didn't glue any of this. I feel like it's all, like, it's sticky, but I feel like it's drying. I don't know. I guess I should have gone on YouTube and watched videos of what not to do. I don't know. Alright, so I'm just gonna go all the way around. I'm not gonna try to do this yet, because then I'll just end up having to pull it back off to do the remainder of it. YouTube. It's Mike. It's Tuesday night. I'm out in the shop for a little bit. My SD card in my GoPro was full. So last night when I was struggling with the roof insert, doing the material, it filled up, so the camera shut off. So my apologies there. It kind of worked out because I feel like I just needed to focus on what exactly it was I was doing. As I'm working on something, I don't always know what I'm gonna do, but you take a few minutes, you take a few deep breaths, and you just think about it, and certain things usually come to me. Just as in when I was actually building the filler panel, kind of the same played true with doing the upholstery on it. So I needed some time to kind of clear my head, step back, and really think it through, because honestly I really didn't think it through. I just jumped right in with both feet, and it ended up working out okay, but it just took me some time of just like I said, just kind of chewing on it for a few minutes to really wrap my head around what it was I wanted to do. So this is the finished product of the filler panel. It came out good. I like it. I'm happy with it. She did an incredible job with the upholstery part of it. It was my girlfriend's friend, Molly, who is an incredible seamstress, and she really hasn't done much in the realm of automotive upholstery. I actually got her hooked up with a friend of mine, Mike, who is working on a Ford Coupe right now. She actually just did his door panels and his seat, and it came out fantastic. So I asked her if she'd be interested in doing the filler panel on the roof, and she said absolutely. So again, super happy with the way it came out. I didn't get any glue on the top of it, so I'm super happy with myself that I managed to actually do that. Yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with it. I wasn't too sure with the foam underneath the naugahyde if it was going to work out. I think that puffy pleats were a thing back in the day, and I think it's really going to fit with the era the car's being built in, or two. So I think that is a sign of things to come in regards to the interior. I'll definitely do a white pleated interior. When I say interior, I don't mean full interior. I'm not going to go crazy on the inside, at least not right now. Maybe it may evolve to that. I like things finished, so if I can manage to build the car in its rough form and not go crazy with the interior right away, for one, I'll be shocked, and two, I'll be proud of myself. But obviously I need a seat, so the seat's going to get upholstery. Door panels most likely will get some upholstery if I decide to go that route right away. I think I'm going to get to a point where the car's going to be more or less finished, quote unquote, and then I'll be able to tinker with some other things and maybe be able to kind of take some things to the next level and really finish some things off. So I wanted to do a wrap-up video, a follow-up video of the insert. This is the insert. It's done, it's in, wing nuts are on. Everything just worked out exactly the way I hoped it would. And as you can see, I went with cream. That wasn't the plan. I was going to go with black. I was at the upholstery store, and a yard of material was $13. So I grabbed a yard of the black and a yard of the cream. I want to do an off-white with like a turquoise color interior. That was a popular color combination back in the day, in the late 50s, early 60s. I wasn't planning on doing a pleated insert. It wasn't until one of my buddies, Ryan, said on Facebook, I think, you need to do pleats. And I thought, oh man, I can't afford this. It wasn't much money, and it was more of a joke on my end, but you know, I was gonna just do it the flat vinyl just for the sake of getting it done, but I think it was well worth the wait. So that's the wrap-up video. I hope people like that. I hope people can take that and kind of envision some things to come with the car. Or if you're familiar with the Little Pages and some of the old-time magazines and just hot rods from the 50s and 60s in general, I think you'll realize, or I think you'll understand why I went that route. I think most people know that that was a common thing that they did back then, was a white naugahyde. So thanks again for watching, you guys. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos on the 34 Coupe. And again, I have t-shirts and stickers available. My email is thisoldhotrod@gmail.com. This Old Hot Rod on Facebook. Do a search, it should come up. If anyone's wondering what my PayPal is, it's the same as my email. So if you decide you wanna buy a shirt or some stickers, if you want to reach out via email first, that's great. If not, just go right on PayPal and punch in thisoldhotrod@gmail.com. That's my PayPal, and you'll be able to, you know, go through the process. You buy a shirt, stickers, whatever you want. Leave a note. On the note, make sure I have your address, your full name, and your shipping address, and then what size t-shirt you want, and then I can get those out to you guys. So that's it for me for right now. For today, it's Tuesday again, and I'm gonna get to work on the motor mounts now, and hopefully be able to get a video up by the weekend. So thanks again, everyone. Appreciate you stopping by. Take care. I'll see you soon.